Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night. And the beer we're going for tonight is a new one to me, entirely new brewery as well. It's this one. It is Donzoko and their Tiny Foam. And Tiny Foam is a 0.5% ABV beer, and it says it's for foamy beers for good times. Brewed and canned by Donzoko Brewing Company in Edinburgh. There's very little about the beer, so don't know what to expect in terms of flavour or anything. The ingredients are listed as water, malted barley, spelt, hops and yeast. And that's all I know without going online, which I don't like to do when I'm trying a beer for the first time, because then I might get a slight bias in my review. So we'll leave it as a complete surprise, shall we? So let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. There we go. Slightly lively. I'm going to pour into my AF Beer Club glass. The pour is pale, very foamy. Not wrong on that front. Very foamy. Maybe that's a brewery trait. So what have we got? We've got 99% clear beer. We've got a tiny touch of possibly fridge haze on there. Seriously pale straw colour with a large, relatively tight head on it. Good carbonation coming up from the bottom of the glass. Let's have a whiff. Slightly tropical. Hints of pineapple and lemon. A little bit of malt coming through on the back end. Quite light. And yeah, citrus and tropical. There's something quite sweet coming through on the back end of that nose. Not a bad aroma. A little bit light, but otherwise pleasant to the nose. So, it looks very pale. It smells quite nice. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. The body is light to medium. Good levels of carbonation, quite clearly. And it's more juicy than I was expecting. Citrus. There is a little hint of lemon. There is that watered down orange that comes towards the end. There's a little brightness. It's very effervescent. But it's not bad. It's definitely more citrusy and more juicy than it is tropical. It's quite well balanced. I don't know what hops are in here, but the name of the hop is escaping me. Cashmere. I would not mind betting cashmere is in here. It's just that little note that makes me think cashmere. But yeah, light, refreshing, fruity, clean, crisp. It's like a hybrid lager and pale ale, really. It's not bad. The finish is light, palate cleansing almost, is the best way to describe it. Not bad. I better slow down because otherwise I'll have nothing left to pour with and photograph in a minute. So, scoreboard of joy time. Currently void of anything, like so. So let's fill it in. Let's get the red pen of judgment and crack on. So, to revisit the pour, we've got that light straw coloured beer. We've got a good foamy head on it. it's not a bad looking beer, really. Now, I do prefer my beers with more colour. That's just a preference. But the beer itself looks good. I will give it... I'll give it a point. The aroma is light, but it's fruity, it's sweet and tropical, and a little hint of the malt, as well, coming through. I like it, I just like more of it, so I'm going to give it 0.75. The body, light to medium, carbonation's on the high side, but overall, it's all right. I would like a little bit more weight on that to counteract some of that carbonation. If it was lighter on the carbonation, or if it was heavier, it'd have a full point. But otherwise, we can give it the 0.75. The taste is likeable. I like it. There is the lemon. There's that slight juiciness that kind of lends itself towards that Nipa style, but it's refreshing, it's clean, it's fruity, and like I say, if I was a betting man, I'd stick 50p on there being cashmere in there. Just because I think it might be. I like the flavour. There's certainly more flavour than there is aroma, so don't let the aroma mislead you. I'm going to give it a point. I like it. And the finish. It's clean. It's refreshing. It's palate cleansing. It's nice. It's nice. And again, I'm going to give it 0.75. Which means it's got 4.25 out of 5 from me. Bonus point time. It can't have the full bonus because it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. That's not to say it's not a good beer, because it is, quite clearly. Value for money. I forget what I paid for it. I really should prepare better than this. It was not stupidly expensive. I never buy stupidly expensive beer, he says, with a lie. But I know it wasn't stupidly expensive, so I'm going to say, yeah, it's tasty and it's reasonably priced. Would I buy it again? Yes, I think I would. And I would probably explore from that brewery as well. A little bit more of whatever else they've got to offer. So yeah, Tiny Foam from Donzoko has got 4.25 out of 5 with a couple of bonus points for good measure. So there we go. A tasty beer. It's been sitting for a little while in the fridge, waiting for the perfect time. And it's a Friday night and it's fairly warm outside. So it sounds like I saved the right beer for the right time. So refreshing, fruity beer. If you like it, this one will be for you. And we'll leave it there and say, that has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.